Okay, I'm back. I'm back, Dave. I am back, Dave. I told you. So it's been a while since they've let me commandeer his channel. So I'm back. So welcome to Komorebi, a visual novel, a fully voiced furry visual novel. It's been a while since I last recorded, so I don't know if this would come out okay. Yep, let's go. I will be taking over, Dave. Mark my words, Dave. Ha 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 ha. Hey hey. So let's go. Yeah, it's been a while, so let's go. New load. I hope it's okay. I hope. I hope. Yep. It's been a while since did that recording.
Welcome to Komorebi.
Komorebi. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that this game this game deals with the mental health topics. So read at your own risk or watch this video at your own risk. Okay, so just a heads up. 86% for the GPU. Oh dang, you need an upgrade.
You have chosen to take part in a personal experience. In exchange for that, we have given you several options to use.
Config, save, and load. Hey, hey. Ooh, it's been a while.
Feel free to do so at your leisure. Your experience will be divided into fragments like these.
Uh-huh.
Right now, there's only one.
Yeah. So right now there's only one because this is just a demo. So I don't know why they gave gave me a demo. So this is only chapter 1. But unlike 922, all visual novels all visual novels from now on, it's not just part 2. I will complete it. Ha ha ha. You cannot stop me, Dave.
Try saving and then interact with this fragment.
Let's see. Yeah, I know. I know there's a. I know there's a save point, but I I did I did try to record this earlier, but I guess it's a bust. I I don't know what's happening, but Dave, you need an upgrade. You need an upgrade of your computer. Everything is slowing down. 63, okay.
Alternatively, feel free to enjoy the view. Experience opening fragment. A new beginning.
Okay. Well, somehow we're running okay now. Fear of the future must not define us. It is regrets of the past that make us who we are. Oh, yeah, this is running okay. My eyes flutter as I linger on the precipice of a peaceful sleep. Cars pass by, then fade away, lulling me like mechanical waves on a suburban ocean. However, as enticing as slumber may seem, this is not the time or the place. As we drive, I keep myself awake with pleasant thoughts. Thoughts both hold those vehicles that passed by. Where were they going? And where did they come from? I dig deeper and start to wonder who those people were, who they loved and held dear. Billions of people, all with lives fundamentally different from mine. It's a lot to take in. But is that difference a good thing or a bad thing? I stop to think, and I can't find an answer. As many people say, though, the known is alluring. That's part of why I'm sitting here right now. I feel a tap on my shoulder, and I let out a loud long, loud yawn, giving my friend a slight smile. It isn't long. It isn't long before I receive one in return. At least we were both on the same page. There'd be plenty of time to sleep later on.
Hey, you alright over there?
Yep, never mind.
Ever since we left the airport, you've been dozing off like mad. I thought it was pretty good company, you know? You're offending me.
No, I'm not. I'm not offending me. You. I'm not offending you. I shake my head as if doing so would grant me further clarity. This is the this is the this is the answer that I did give before the failed recording. Honestly, I was waiting for you to make the first move.
Oh, so we're making moves on each other now?
Yep.
I must have missed that memo.
Yeah.
But, you know, both hands on the wheel. Besides,
Before he can continue, he's cut off by a loud beeping noise. A light on the dashboard starts to flash, causing him to groan in annoyance. Groan in annoyance. He looks down for a moment and presses a button to silence the intrusion.
distracted driving? Of course. Apparently, this thing doesn't want me talking to my friend. I guess it thinks you're a risk? Maybe you should take that as a compliment.
You know, I shrug, unsure of how to respond as I rest my head on the window. According to according to the system, almost everything was a risk these days. It wasn't worth losing the points, so we sit and remain in silence. And my mouse is on screen. My mouse is on low. A few moments later, the silence is finally broken. I'm thankful as things were starting to get a little awkward. But I guess meeting someone for the first time is always like that.
Well, it was nice of him to pick you up from the airport. Isaac, right?
Toasty.
Make sure to keep people like him close by during a change like this. Things may seem a bit uncertain right now, but remember, that's not a bad thing.
Oh yeah, there's a reason. There's a reason why Dave chose this. When when he read the when he read the itch.io page of this game, it states that Legoshi, voice of Legoshi from Beastars is here. Jonas Scott, is it Jonas Scott? I forgot. Yeah, Legoshi. Ah, Legoshi. He fiddles with a few papers in his hands before pulling out a specific sheet. Placing it on the table between us. He slowly slides it over to my side of the room. I pick it up and inspect it for a few minutes. Few moments. It's a basic questionnaire.
If you could just fill out the basics, that would be great. Obviously, I know who you are, but we need to leave a paper trail. You fill that out, and I'll decide our topics for the day, all right?
I'm toasty. I nod, grabbing the pen that rests on the table beside me. These sessions were always boring, especially the first few. A new city and a new counselor, right back to square one. After filling out the form, I place it on the table and slide it back. The counselor picks it up and inspects it and gives me a knowing nod.
All that aside, I assume that you still prefer the name Delta? It was mentioned in the note sent over by your previous counselor.
Who's Delta? Ah, counselor. Who is Delta? Delta?
Don't worry, it's normal. A lot of people your age shy away from their birth name. Why spend our lives with something that's been decided for us, right? Things are a lot more flexible than we give them credit for. That includes the future, a fact that people tend to forget.
I really don't know where he's going with this. He taps the papers against his lap, straightening them out.
Allow me to be a little blunt. I mean, we both know why you're here.
Your counselor.
My practice focuses on people like yourself, those who saw nothing. Honestly, that's a very small group. It must get lonely for you sometimes.
Don't forward me. I shrugged.
There's a single question I like to ask my new patients, so excuse the cliche, but how does that make you feel? Being alone while billions receive a glimpse of the future.
I don't know. I don't know. I thank him for rubbing it in, ensuring that the sarcasm is clear.
It's the opposite, actually. I meant to give you some support. Imagine being constrained by a vision of your future, consumed by it. You have what some people would call freedom, a truly blank slate. Remember, Komorebi is a relatively new phenomenon. Society has flourished for thousands of years without it. Some would consider your situation a blessing. Don't forget that.
Thanks, thank you. I can tell he's giving a speech that he's given many times before. Because of that, it seems to lose some of its impact and wisdom. I close my eyes. I simply hope that this is all over soon. So that's the system, or the Komorebi. This is where I left off. Basically, the TV report continues, and I open up, oh, and I open my eyes with slight hesitation. I've only been here for a few days, and the rest is almost impossible to find. A new start to your life is always stressful, after all. At least I have friends. Oh. Oh. Ow. Ow.
I can't believe they're making us watch this. 100 years of visions? Nobody cares. Looks like Argus just wants to stroke their own ego.
Dante leans forward, taking the opportunity to chime in.
Yeah, this is more about the system than anything else. Maybe they should fix all the glitches before boasting. Watch. Soon it'll say talking over their propaganda is risky.
Isaac leans forward, whispering as if the topic is sensitive.
You're not supposed to badmouth the system, Dante.
Oh, are you ASMR? ASMRing? Isaac?
As if my score could get any lower, man.
You're being...
Besides, Delta has definitely seen my true colors by now. I'm under no obligation to keep up the nice guy act.
Even though I stopped the recording earlier from here. Who is Zelda? Who? Who? Dante? Isaac? Abe? Who's Zelda? I am really confused.
Why does it have to be an act? Can't you just, be nice?
Dante stops.
Too much effort, not enough caffeine.
Or coffee.
And you know the system is messed, Isaac. We're all on a leash. They just use Komorebi as an excuse to make it stay that way.
Can't argue with that one. Hey, Delta, didn't you have an appointment soon? Maybe I can use you as an excuse to stop watching this thing.
I am really confused. Who's Delta?
And you're telling me to be nice.
I laugh at the retort and lean back in an attempt to relax. I let Isaac know that he was right, but my appointment wasn't for a while. Plenty of time to gather my thoughts and continue watching this report. Yeah, I definitely need to gather my thoughts. There's a fog over my mind, and I feel so scattered. Grounding myself in this new environment would definitely help. And the four words will appear. Komorebi, appointment, the system, news report.
Interact with each word to learn more about it.
Okay.
Upon interacting with all four, your experience will continue.
One day the world was changed forever. Millions of people experienced vivid visions of the future, being furry. This could not be mistaken for dreams. It seemed to be true recognition. The visions that people had would follow them for the rest of their lives, replaying at the worst possible times. It was almost like an intrusive thought. Whether positive or negative, these visions still consumed lives. Nobody knew how or why this happened, but it was far too late. Chaos ensued. Those who saw personal success went to great lengths to fulfill their visions. Those who saw personal failures did anything they could to avoid them. It wasn't just a one-time event either. Komorebi overstayed its welcome. Children and grandchildren grew up alongside this odd phenomenon. They too experienced their own visions around the age of 13. The world became obsessed with the future, obsessed with Komorebi. It was a word describing sunlight that shines down through the trees. A simple and poetic metaphor for the visions filtering into our world. However, it wasn't a series of visions, nor would they change over time. It was a vision of a single moment, and it would follow you for the rest of your life. For example, if your vision was horrible, you'd still be forced to live it almost every day. It seemed far from fair, and lives were defined by the moment presented in people's visions. While the Komorebi phenomenon was peculiar, there was also something else. Some people saw nothing, left completely in the dark, with no vision at all. Less than 1% of the world experienced this, a very small group. But but it was still extremely annoying. What did what did seeing nothing mean? Were you dead? Nobody knew. Depression and that, I'm not gonna say that, became commonplace among this group. They are assigned a counselor who meets with them on a regular basis. I'm one of those people. I never experienced my own vision. People always worry for me and fear that I may do something rash. In reality, however, I'm fine. My lack of vision has never defined me. Because I've moved to a new city to live with friends, I was given a new counselor. It's kind of lame to start all over after spending so many years with the last one. But but I'm told that this doctor is great and I feel at home in just a few sessions. The system. Because of the chaos that ensued during the advent of Komorebi, a plan was needed. There were too many people acting recklessly in the face of their futures. Whether avoiding or fulfilling their visions, risky behavior was a constant. A new system was introduced that governed them. that govern the behavior of the people. You would you would be held accountable for all of your actions, regardless of legality. This was an attempt to keep people in line and focus on the present. Live in a safe, orderly manner, and you'd accrue points over your lifetime. If you did the opposite, you lose points. Be rude, speed, litter. Oh, so speeding, stuff like that. Your point total would define define you as either an asset or a liability to society. While primitive at first, this concept grew as technology progressed. It is currently integrated into every possible device: phones, cars, and homes, and toasters. Wait. The demand is clear. Be rewarded for your subservience to the system. Crime and accident rates plummeted due to this, and society is on a tight leash. So that's the C part. But some people argue that living in chains isn't really living at all. Life is all about taking risks and making progress, they say. Fight as they might, however, no movement has resulted in any change. Your worth in society is dictated solely by your score in the system. Generations later, managing your points is simply the norm. Wait, I'm I'm not gonna say it, but that's the C word. Mm. Oh, and continuing. Uh, News report. Today marks the 100th anniversary of Komorebi. Nothing has ever been the same since then, and I don't think it will ever be. The current state of technology and society is vastly different than it would be. And at the top of it all, right next to the world leaders, is the Argus Corporation. They created the system. They create almost every device we use today. In many ways, they affect our lives even more than those in power. The report is basically going over the history of Komorebi and Argus. But to be honest, it seems a little self-serving, very unnecessary. Isaac was right. It's like they just want to stroke their own egos. They made it mandatory viewing too. If you ignore the special report, you lose some spoil. You lose some spoil. You lose some spoil. Some points, not spoink. Essentially, our social status is being held for ransom. But if there's one thing that nobody can monitor, it's what I'm thinking of. So while I'm watching, at least I have the time to gather my thoughts. Okay? I let out a soft sigh. Everything suddenly feels better. It's crazy how much a quick mental breather can help. My last counselor is the one who taught me that. He told me that our mind is like an office full of filing cabinets. If we don't gather our thoughts, they just lay around piling up. We need to set some time aside to process and filter them. Sometimes a simple metaphor like that can really change the way you think. Unwanted thoughts can be thrown away like trash while you organize the rest. If our mind was physical space, we'd never neglect it. We'd keep it immaculate, as if it as it as it as it as if it was perfectly timed. The report ends alongside that train of thought. The energy level in the room immediately skyrockets now that we're free. Honestly, it was a waste. That was an hour we'll never get back. Strong. Something tells me these first few sessions will be a total bust. I never, I never found it fun to talk about myself, and now I'm forced to do it. Hopefully, the notes, hopefully the notes my last counselor sent over will help him get up to speed.
You know, you're something of an anomaly to me. Most people in your situation have less than stellar scores. But you seem to exist in the middle, a truly neutral ground.
Well, not really. Dave up there is I've been I've been roasting Dave.
A preliminary look at your risk profile shows me almost nothing. But on the other hand, you haven't done much to gain points either.
Another ambiguous statement. I asked him if it was good or bad.
I don't know, actually. I wouldn't be able to tell you. It's a little ironic, though, isn't it? In regards to the system, I mean. Your score is meant to define you as a person, yet you elude that definition. Then again, I'm no stranger to attracting those that go against the norm. Would you mind answering a few personal questions for me, Delta?
Who's Delta?
Nothing too intrusive. I just want to get a feel for who you are.
Okay. Why not? Seeing no harm in this, it's why I'm here after all.
Well then, let's start with the basics. Why did you move here? What did you leave behind? Big life changes like this are rarely without cause.
I shrugged, unsure of where to start. There was a lot to say, and little time to say it. At least we have our few sessions cut off for us. Oh, I thought I need to answer that. The only thing needed to secure your defeat is holding the belief that you've already won.
Welcome to the first of 4 fragment maps.
First of 4, okay.
This is how you will navigate through your personal experience. The top row is made up of pivotal fragments. You must complete all 6, but can complete them in any order. Upon completing all 6, you can interact with this arrow to move forward.
What arrow? Oh, okay.
You will witness a culmination of this fragment map before moving on to the next. The second row consists of personal heart-to-heart fragments.
You mean the dating part of this game? Whoa.
These are optional but highly recommended, as they are the key to forming bonds and relationships. Right now, you only have access to Isaac and Dante, but that will change in the next fragment map. The bottom row consists of supplemental fragments. These are skits based on exchanges made in your group's chat room.
There's a chat room. There's a... Anyway, never mind.
For your benefit, they will be portrayed just like any other fragment. Upon completing a pivotal fragment, you will unlock a journal entry. These explore Delta's personal thoughts as events slowly unfold.
Who's Delta?
There will be 5 to unlock in each fragment map, and they unlock in a predetermined order. Should you wish, you can also toggle the nostalgia filter. This will apply a vintage look to your experience. You are now ready to continue your journey unhindered.
Can I start with the dating part? Dating part first. Yeah, let's start with the dating with the... Of course, Isaac.
Check marks will appear beside completed fragments, so you can monitor your progress. It is also recommended that you alternate between various fragment types. Enjoy and make it an experience to remember.
Oh, I will. Okay, so maybe since it's only maybe I'll just try one. Save it first. Save it. Save it first. Let's try to form a friendship with Isaac.
Experience heart-to-heart fragment. Isaac 1.
Yep, sure. I want to experience that first. Then out, then out. I enter the living room and notice Isaac sipping a light movie. The TV is on, but he's not really watching. I can tell he's distracted. There's something he needed to talk to me about. I hope I didn't do anything wrong. He notices my entrance and smiles at me. Some anxiety immediately dissipates. Shifting a bit more to one side of the couch, he gives me ample space to sit beside me. That's exactly what I do, and he turns to face me as much as he can while sitting down.
Ugh. You know, this stuff tastes awful. But I wouldn't be drinking it if Taylor didn't tease me. I know it's not true, but he keeps talking about my weight.
You look fine. You look fine, Isaac. He takes another sip of the beer.
We did buy tons of junk food for this weekend, though. If I take it easy during the week, I can definitely binge on Friday. Might as well take action before something becomes a problem, right?
Odd thing to say while drinking a beer at 2 p.m.
True. Sometimes we just replace one problem with another. But don't worry. I care too much about work to do something like that. I only drink on days off, and I always make sure to pace myself. Except this weekend, though. Moderation goes out the window. Haven't been to a nightclub in ages. I'm actually kind of nervous.
We have a situation here. Don't overthink it. We'll have the time of our lives. You're cool. You're gonna fit in fine. I feel the same way. Let's be awkward together. Kind of figure you were too cool to be nervous. Oh boy. Well, this is the thing that my friend actually is talking to me, or even has told me.
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't let my anxiety sabotage this. Everything just seems new and exciting since you arrived. It's good and bad.
He takes one final chug, then crushes the can in his hands. Crush. There's a bit of an awkward silence after he does this, but I'm not sure why. I asked him why he wanted to meet me here, and asked him if I did something wrong.
Oh, no, not at all. I guess I should have elaborated when I said I wanted to talk. Sorry if you were worrying, I'll handle it better in the future. I actually wanted to apologize to you, Delta.
Oh, Steve.
Your first memory of this house will always be me yelling at Dante.
Okay. Not really that
He
bad.
just struck a chord with me. Has a habit of doing that almost every day. He's always paranoid that Argus will come knocking. But the mods I made to my home are harmless. They'd never care.
Is this Discord?
It's more risky for him to remove my modifications. He could easily screw up, and it's all downhill from there. Do anything wrong when you're messing around, and they'll notice. It's like a tightrope. One wrong move, and you're done for. My brain is wired to mess with this stuff. His is not.
I tell him it's fine. We all have things that we're passionate about.
Passionate. Yeah, that's the word. I got a little mad, but my intentions weren't bad, you know? I've worked with this tech for my entire life. I know my way around it. That'd be like me going into his room and messing with his writing. You know, making edits here and there so that I feel better about it. I just want mutual respect for my hobby and career.
It makes sense. Isaac definitely seems to know what he's doing. From my understanding, the amount of Argus tech in this zone is minimal. But, but at the same time, it's not illegal. Bend the rules without breaking them, he says.
I guess it's selfish to a degree, though. Because I own this house, I should make sure that everyone feels safe. This situation sucks. I just want to leave all that Argus stuff back at work. It's purely psychological, but to me, Argus is my boss.
Wait, I thought Argus is is a government or something like that. Or, it's like the big brother. Who is Argus?
Nobody wants to go back to a house where their boss is everywhere. Keeping that stuff to a minimum really helps my home feel like it should. A safe place.
He shrugs.
At least to me. But I really should consider other people's point of view. I'll just end up like Argus if I expect everyone else to live how I want. But speaking of which, there's something else I wanted to talk about. I mean, it's the real reason I asked you to meet me here today.
The apology wasn't the real reason? Interesting.
All this talk about how I want things to be, let's change that. There's something I've been meaning to ask you, Delta. And I wish I had more beer for this. More courage.
He blushes and rubs back of his head. I'm pretty sure I know where he's going with this. Uh-oh. At least all signs support my current hypothesis.
I just feel like we should get this out of the way as soon as possible. The feeling of tension in the air is starting to damage my calm. But let's face it, you chose to move here. To live with me. Did you mean anything by that, Delta? This was a lot easier in my head. Really, I'm just curious if you were interested in me.
Oh. It's getting hot in here. It's getting hot. What do you mean interested in me?
I hope this isn't catching you by surprise. We've been friends online for a while, after all. And moving in here is a pretty big gesture.
He inches a bit closer to me, and it seems much more calm. I guess now that it's out in the open, the anxiety is disappearing. It's never easy to bring up the kind of thing he just brought up.
I'm curious if the gesture was supposed to mean anything. Either way, I'm fine. I just couldn't stop myself from wondering. But if we do go out, expect me to be incredibly awkward.
Well, I'm not gonna say awkward. That guy, not Isaac. That guy over there, in this side, up side. That guy is very, very awkward. Hey. This does seem a bit of a this does seem a bit sudden, but it's also natural. There's always been chemistry between us, and now we live together. It crossed my mind a few times, but it's clearly racing through his.
No matter what, though, friends until the end.
More than friends?
Glad to hear it, Delta. Took a real shot in the dark, but my aim was on point. You're willing to try, and that actually means a lot to me.
He places a hand on top of my leg.
The world could use more people like you. Willing to embrace new experiences, new people even. Everyone else seems to be a creature of routine these days. Argus has made sure of that one. but sometimes a routine is more like a prison. So, let's embrace our freedom. Let's drink beer at 2 p.m.
Did you already drink? He smirks and stands up from the couch. I say why not, and accept his offer and to share a beer. The air is clear and it seems we can carry on like normal.
All right, but let's not do this every day.
Sure. Are we gonna get
Next time we'll go to the coffee shop and hang out. You know, it could be our first date, or whatever.
He leaves the room to retrieve some more beer. I feel like our bond will become stronger because of what just happened. Not only did I learn a lot about him, but we made our situation more clear. This is another milestone in my life, my new life. Every interaction I have while I'm here will settle me in even more. It doesn't feel like home just yet, but every second does more to change that. Oh, 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 oh. So, I got at least the recording is okay now. But oops, I'm overheating. Anyway, so yeah, I guess that's ooh, ah, ooh. That's part one of Komorebi. So I guess I hope that this I hope that this has all of it.
You must experience all pivotal fragments first.
Sure. But okay, that was good. I Even though that this is just chapter one, this is getting so spicy already. So that was Komorebi part one. I forgot that this is not a live stream. I almost said it that for the stream. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.